Steps to file returns using P9 form. Collect necessary documentation. Obtain the P9 form from your employer or download it from your local tax authority's website. Gather supporting documents such as your payslips, bank statements, and any other income and tax deduction documents. Fill out the P9 form. Personal information. Fill in your personal details, including your name, ID, passport number, and contact information. Income details. Record your total employment income as indicated on your payslips or P9 form. Tax deductions. Include details of tax withheld, contributions to retirement funds, or any other allowable deductions. Other income. If applicable, report any other sources of income, such as freelance work, investments, or rental income. Calculate taxable income. Subtract the total deductions from your gross income to determine your taxable income. Use the tax rate applicable in your jurisdiction to compute your tax liability. Complete the tax return form. Transfer the relevant information from your P9 form to your tax return form, ensuring accuracy in all amounts reported. Review and double-check. Verify all entries for accuracy. Check names, numbers, and totals. Ensure you have calculated your tax liability correctly and applied any eligible deductions or credits. Submit the return. File your return by the specified deadline to avoid penalties. Depending on your jurisdiction, you may be able to submit it electronically or via mail. If filing electronically, follow the online instructions provided by the tax authority. Keep copies. Retain copies of your completed P9 form and any submitted documents for your records. It's advisable to keep these documents for several years in case of audits or further inquiries. Pay any taxes owed. If you owe taxes, ensure you pay the amount by the due date to avoid interest and penalties. Monitor for confirmation. If you file electronically, you should receive an acknowledgement. If mailed, consider following up to ensure your return was received. Consult with a tax professional. If you are uncertain about any steps or your tax situation is complex, consider consulting with a tax professional for guidance. Important considerations, deadlines. Be aware of the specific filing deadlines as they can vary. Local regulations. Tax laws and regulations can change, so stay updated with your local tax authority's announcements. Assistance. Many tax authorities provide resources or hotlines to assist taxpayers with questions regarding filing. By following these steps, you should be able to successfully file your tax returns using the P9 form. Copy. Summarize delete process of filing returns and the steps to follow using P9 form. The deadline dates. Delete filing tax returns using the P9 form primarily applies in Kenya, where it serves as a declaration of employment income and tax withheld for individuals. Below is a detailed overview of the process, including steps to complete, submit the return, and relevant deadlines, steps to file returns. Using P9 form, obtain the P9 form. Request the P9 form from your employer or download it from the Kenya Revenue Authority (KRA) website. Gather required documentation. Collect any associated documents, such as payslips for the year, KRA PIN, and other sources of income. Fill out the P9 form, personal information. Include your name, ID passport number, and KRA PIN. Employment details. Record total employment income, tax deducted, and any allowances provided by your employer. Other income. If applicable, list any additional income sources. Calculate your total income. Combine total employment income with any other taxable income you've received. Determine tax liability. Subtract any deductions, e.g., retirement contributions, insurance, from your total income to determine your taxable income. Use applicable tax rates to calculate the tax due. Complete your tax return. Transfer the information from your P9 form to the KRA tax return form, either KRA iTax or a paper form. Verify accuracy in figures and personal details. Review your return. Double-check all entries for accuracy, including your calculations. Submit the return. File your tax return via the KRA iTax portal. Recommended for efficiency. You can create an account or log in to file your return electronically. If you are submitting a paper return, ensure it is mailed to the appropriate KRA office. Payment of taxes. If you owe any taxes, make the payment via designated channels, e.g., bank, mobile payment, by the due date. Keep copies. Make sure to save copies of your P9 form, tax return, and any correspondence with KRA for your records. Confirm submission. If you filed electronically, retain the acknowledgement receipt. For physical submissions, consider following up to ensure it was received. Important deadlines. In Kenya, the deadlines for filing tax returns and other key dates typically include submission of annual returns. The deadline for submitting the annual individual tax return is June 30th of each year. This includes filing returns for the preceding year, i.e., the returns filed in June 2023 would be for the year 2022. Payment of taxes. Any tax owed should usually be paid by the filing deadline, June 30th. Late payments can incur penalties and interest. Quarterly payments, if applicable. If you make quarterly tax payments, these payments are typically due: first quarter, by April 30th, second quarter, by July 31st, third quarter, by October 31st, fourth quarter, by January 31st of the following year. Additional considerations: penalties for late filing or non-payment. Failing to file on time may result in significant penalties and interest on any tax owed. Consulting a tax professional. If your situation is complex or you're unsure about certain deductions or tax obligations, consider consulting with a tax advisor. Always check the KRA official website or contact them directly for the latest updates on tax filing procedures or deadlines, as they can be subject to change.